Yo, welcome to the show. Gather round, listen close. We got George, Mark, and Jay. Hey, bringing you the most NFL podcast. It's about to go down. Three amigos ready to run this
welcome. JA is slow on the board, but welcome to the number one NFL podcast
class when it matters
in Australia that doesn't have to suck up to other people.
15 seconds.
Nothing.
We are the best NFL podcast. We have the best
who
studio.
Are you attacking? Someone's sucking up to other people.
No, they just look up Al Pacino as a podcast and you'll probably find it. One of his movies. You find who we're talking about. If you know, you know.
Very good. That's very good by you.
No, but welcome.
What's a famous Al Pacino movie? Football movie.
Oh, Any Given Sunday.
Don't mention that name.
George. You know what? You're not a fan.
Not a fan of him.
I'm a bit slow on the uptake. Sorry, guys.
Not a fan of them. They don't have a proper studio like us. And good sign made by the horsey.
I could have gone down the route of sucking the dick of Gridiron Victoria and Gridiron Australia, but they're fucking weasel pieces of shit, and I'll never fucking conform to that piece of shit fucking community.
Shout out.
What are you talking about? Flag football's the future game of the year. What are you talking?
You know what?
It's going to be
if
in the
I know
Olympics.
anything in my almost 20 years of being around Gridiron in this country, someone will fuck it up. And it will go back to the dark ages.
They have 24-man squad for a 12-man team, so like 50% chance of making the team. That's a pretty good. I might try and play a flag if that's the
I like those odds.
I hope there's no football players that are on that list, because if I was making an Olympic team for a flag football competition, I would take anyone but Gridiron players in this country, because there would be much better like ex-professional basketballers, rugby players, AFL players.
Just get track guys and just teach them how to fucking catch a ball.
Exactly.
Not that hard to catch a football.
I would just be like, I would have an elite athlete competition and then pick them to be on my team, start there, and then teach them the rest in the 3 years I've got to teach them.
Yep.
All right.
Shout out.
I think it's like 6 years, because the Olympics, it's not in the next Olympics. It's the one
It's 2028.
2028.
Yeah,
so
oh, wow. Okay.
Away.
There is like another World Cup, but there's like a World Cup every year, so I don't know how you can classify it as a World Championship.
Yeah, well, best of luck to the guys that get selected in that. It's pretty cool. It's very cool to represent your country, so best of luck to that. But I wouldn't imagine many of those football guys will make an Olympic team. No offense, and if they do, congratulations to them.
Hey.
But yeah, don't suck the dick of Gridiron Australia.
Good on them for trying.
Let's get stuck into our off-season show. This is a topic from the great James Arthur. Actually, before we even get into this,
the great. That's a bit much.
Like the socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Ring the bell on YouTube. We're going to put out some new content. JA is not learning social media, so we're good.
Hey, how good? I know Billy touched on it last week, but my fucking social media game during the draft was some of the best
JA
work
still
we've done.
sucking his own dick for it, so like it must have been pretty good.
I think daily, sometimes twice daily, about starting from the pink, like building from the pink. That's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing I've ever said. I use it way too often now.
He'll be dining out on his draft day performance for the rest of the year.
At work today, they were talking about how they want to build the foundations of the business better, and I'm like, don't say it, James.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Like,
Don't say it. From the pink.
From the pink? You want to build from the pink? So, to the female general manager, I didn't say it, but I thought it. Every time someone mentions foundations now, I'm like,
he put it in a group chat to somebody.
I'm like Michael Scott coming up the elevator. Like, I'm not going to say it, guys. Don't worry. I'm going to say it.
We're bankrupt. Fuck.
All right. So where are we at, Rocky? What are we doing?
Let's get stuck into it. It's called, what did you call this, James?
Did they do enough?
Did they do enough? And let's start off with James. You got the first team.
So just a quick recap. We're going to quickly run through each of the teams in the AFC tonight and decide.
So we've all got 4 teams. James has 5, so he'll kick us off. Is that correct? Yep.
And
I got 5?
No, we've got 5. We've got 5 and he's got 6.
So
I might have missed a team here then, boys.
You fucking.
And we're all gonna you're gonna chat about each team and then decide whether they've done enough or not to improve their position from last season.
Yeah. So the idea is, basically, did they do enough to either stay really good, or if they were shit, get better?
Yep.
All right. And I'm starting with the New England Patriots.
Okay.
This isn't going to be a long one, boys, because spoiler alert, they did not do enough. They lost players like Trent Brown, who was a really good starting tackle for them, Mike Gesicki, Devontae Parker, Jones, Elliott, all starters that they lost off their team. And that's Mac Jones. I'm considering him because
he started games. So
he started most of the games last year. The only offensive players they added were KJ Osborne. They drafted Jalin Polk, and they also drafted Drake May.
Drafted Drake May,
yeah. What scares me is what have they actually done to help Drake May be successful?
Well, they've done fucking nothing is what they've done.
They're going to be a worse offensive line than they have been for a long time. They're getting worse every year.
Who's the new head coach there?
Mayo.
Yeah.
So got a new head coach.
But he's a defensive coach as
Yeah,
well.
and then defensively, like, are you telling me that he's going to get more out of players than Belichick did? Because Belichick was a master of getting results out of bad
I'm not
players.
sure there's anybody on the defensive side of the ball who got more with less than Belichick.
Yeah.
So, no, he's the
100%.
answer.
100%. So my answer to this is real quick, and I'll also, before when we finish, you guys got like, you can agree or disagree with me.
Sure.
You can't say why, but you can agree or disagree, unless you have a really good point. But I think they did not do enough in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I agree they haven't done enough, and also they're in a tough division now. Like all the teams in that division are good now, so they're gonna struggle. They'll be on the bottom of that division for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you, James. They're fucking shit.
Patriots era is
Good.
finally over.
And thank God.
All the Australian fans
And
are
thank
jumping
God for that.
games now. They're all Eagles fans.
They're all Eagles fans. That's fine.
That's all Culture King sell. Fucking Pats jerseys and fucking
I reckon there's a few Raiders going around.
Yeah, a few Raiders.
yeah, Los Angeles Raiders. They're still in LA, aren't they?
Yeah, something like that.
That's what Ice Cube is.
Yeah.
Ice Cube's still got him in LA.
I once saw a guy with a Raiders hat. I was like, "Are you a Raiders fan?" He was like, "What?"
Yeah,
Like-
it was like,
And it was the
what?
Oakland one. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oakland Raiders, you had." He's like,
Real,
"I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, hey,
real big NWA fan. Real big NWA fan.
drip, don't lie, man.
Straight out of
Cheers,
Compton.
bro.
I said mad drip, and I walked off.
I would have
And
told
I
us that.
puked.
I'll go fuck myself. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
For saying mad drip.
Yeah.
All right, so my turn.
Yes.
And I've got the San Diego Chargers now. Once again,
The San Diego Chargers.
Yeah,
You don't mean the Los Angeles
yeah, I
Chargers?
still call them San
You
Diego
fucking
Chargers.
idiot.
They should have never left San Diego.
Oh, Wales vagina.
Where?
They should have
San
never left.
Diego.
No. I'm once again they've sucked me in this offseason. I'm high as fuck on the Chargers, like I am every year.
I know.
Is it the baby blue uniform? I don't know what it is.
They've got
Is it
me.
Herbert's blonde hair? I don't know, but I'm so high on them every year, and I just get hurt every year. They've had, they've had a great offseason, I think. They've signed Harbrow. I think Quentin Johnson's set for a breakout year this year. I think he's going to be really good. It's just going to take him a little bit. It's taking him a bit of time to work out what it is to be a professional athlete, and also how to conduct yourself properly and how to perform, because it's hard, man. It's hard. Obviously, Herbert's coming off the wrist injury. Was it the wrist injury that he had? No,
Was he the finger?
or the finger?
Finger.
Burrow was
Burrow
the
was
Burrow
the big
is,
Burrow was-
yeah.
Burrow
He cut up
So
his fingers a
he's
couple
coming
times.
off a thing. I think they had a great draft. Obviously, they drafted Joe Alt in the first round, which I still think he was the best player available in the draft, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I think Harbaugh's going to have a really good effect on that team. I think the standards are going to raise. I think the whole level of professionalism of that whole organization is going to change as a result of signing him, which I think is a good thing.
It's a culture shock.
Yeah. That's it. That's what I'm saying. The whole culture is just going to change completely.
Yeah.
And even the dickhead Spanos owners are going to realize that, hey, we need to pull our finger out and spend some money and do what we need to do.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
I think they're set for a good season. They're in a tough division, but I don't know if they can. They could, if Herbert stays healthy, they can challenge for a wild card. I think that's kind of so. I think they have done enough to improve. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm not ready. I'm not ready to
the
get hurt again.
I'm ready, man.
But
I'm ready to love again. I'm
I
ready to
think
find love.
In
with them
terms
again.
of what they've done,
they've done
I
everything
think
they can.
they've done everything they can.
Yes.
So yeah, and that's enough. That's enough for me.
And what else can you ask?
Yeah.
They've signed a good coach. They've drafted well.
They kept Herbert. They've added
because there was a lot of rumors circling that they were going to trade him.
Yeah, they dumped some salary cap
and blow everything up.
They found a way to keep Bosa and Mac, which like I said, it's never good to get rid of players. If you I think a team that wants to be successful should have their cap should be at the top every year.
Sure,
you should be spending as much money as you physically can every single season because that's how you get the most quality players.
You get the most good players.
If they can they've got under the cap by not getting rid of Herbert, by not getting rid of Bosa or Mac. They got rid of Keenan Allen, who's an aging receiver, but they got a little bit of value back for him.
Yep.
And he also played hardball with them.
Which I don't mind.
I
I've got no issue
him
with
too.
it at all.
But also,
at the end of the day, it's a business. They can cut him just as easily as he can leave. So
he fell off a cliff last year, late in the season.
Yeah,
and he's never really strong to finish seasons because he's older.
He's old. Yeah,
yeah. I think they did enough to.
Yeah, I agree.
Rocky,
I've got the New York Jets
Okay.
to start off with. I think they're going to be shit. Simply, I think they're going to be shit this year. They haven't really done much. They've made a couple good draft picks, getting the fucking O-line in there. Pick 11. I can't even pronounce his fucking name. It's Fashoni. I can't even say it.
He's a good pass
out of Penn
protector.
State.
Never gave up a sack.
That's ideal. That's what they need when you have Aaron Rodgers back there.
Yeah.
If he's going to play, if he's good enough to play. I think it's
he'll
a
play.
great move.
He's going to play, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll play. Just whether we just don't know what level he's going to be at.
The Jets gave up 64 sacks last year.
Yeah.
They gave up a lot of fucking sacks.
That's a lot.
And they also threw a lot of interceptions too.
Yeah.
They threw where
That's the MILF hunter for you.
that's the MILF hunter for you.
He's slinging dick and passes.
15 picks, 11 touchdowns.
That's
So
great,
they're
isn't
not fucking fantastic.
11 passes.
11 passing touchdowns they had last year. They've added a receiver as well,
Grim.
it? Jesus, that is grim, isn't it?
but they haven't fucking done much. They're literally sitting there waiting for Aaron Rodgers, hoping
Yeah,
to
basically.
lead him out of darkness.
Yeah, correct.
I don't think they're one quarterback away from the playoffs. I think that's the biggest issue
Did
with
they
them.
draft a receiver?
They drafted this receiver in this third round.
Oh, they didn't have 2 first-round picks?
No,
I don't know why I thought
they
that.
they didn't have a second round pick. They only had a third round
And they took the
and a fourth.
tackle.
Yes.
Yeah, they got the second for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I tend to agree. I think adding Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses, 2 tackles that perennially don't play enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith, when he finishes his career, will be like the only thing that could keep him out of being a Hall of Famer was that he didn't play enough.
Play enough games. Yeah.
Absolutely.
When he played, he was unbelievable, and he was an All-Pro last year because he played. I think he missed 1 game.
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
year.
yeah.
But the Cowboys didn't make him practice. They let him do any medical shit he wanted,
Yep.
and they kept him. They basically were like, "You're never practicing. You're going to be ready for every game.
Mm.
That's all we want you to do
They-
because you know how to play. We don't need to teach you." how to
Yeah,
play."
we're not, yeah.
They did re-sign Chuck Clark, which is a good fucking sign-in to keep him on that defense.
Yep.
That's the only thing that's going to keep him in game is their defense, and it's still a good defense. But I don't think they have the weapons to actually score
If
points.
Rodgers is middle of the pack, are they a playoff team?
No, AFC is too good.
Yeah, I think AFC East is too good.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
Oh,
They-
I said before
that-
about the Pats.
I don't think
they're
they did
gonna
enough.
They
I think
are in
they've
their
hedged-
East, so
they've hedged their bets to Aaron Rodgers.
They were in the
and-
fucking third place of the East
They
at the start
are.
of the year.
Every single person in that building has got both fingers crossed like this, hoping and praying that MVP level fucking Aaron Rodgers rocks up next season.
Because if he's an MVP, they could win the AFC.
Yeah, they could. That's right.
That's how good he is.
Yeah,
when
no,
he's
no,
good.
no.
But I don't
Yeah,
think
they
he
could,
will.
But I don't think they have the weapons around him to be that guy anyway.
Garrett Wilson is good. Garrett Wilson's a good receiver.
One receiver.
No,
Yeah,
no.
good at-
MVP level Rodgers makes shit happen.
Yeah, look what he did in Green Bay. He never had good receivers.
He makes shit happen.
Like, as much as I love Donald Driver, like, shit, man. Like, he never was surrounded with elite talent.
Yeah.
All right, cool. My turn. I have got the.
So have they done enough?
No, I agree.
No.
They haven't done enough.
It,
They've
only-
hedged their bets to Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers.
so
and that's
no,
not
they
enough for me.
haven't. No,
No.
it's not enough. No.
Not to be good. Not to get better from what they had last year.
No, I agree. All right, Titans.
Oh, okay, cool.
Tennessee Titans, that is.
Yeah.
Not from another state. They're from Tennessee.
Okay.
Okay. I almost called them something else, and I don't know why.
We knew that. Anyway.
Okay, so adding Latham in the draft to pair with Skoronski was a nice move.
Yep.
I liked that. Hopefully, that can form a really good left side of the line for a long time being young.
And drafting a lineman is always good.
Always works out. Well, normally works out.
Yeah.
There's very rarely it doesn't. Pollard looks like he really lacks the explosiveness he once had at the Cowboys. If he can't find it again, it's going to be a huge downgrade from basically a team that relied on Derrick Henry to carry them for the past decade. I think Calvin Ridley has had, if we're really being honest about what Calvin Ridley is, he's had one good season in his career and then had injuries and mental health and suspension issues around him since then. He started off okay last year and then dropped off a cliff.
Yep.
So he hasn't really done anything. And then pairing him with Treylon Burks, who was meant to be the replacement for AJ Brown. It was meant to be we trade AJ Brown, we get his replacement.
Yep.
It hasn't worked out. Treylon Burks is not AJ Brown. They've made a lot of crappy moves over the years. And then defensively, they're just not overly talented. I know they added Snead from the Chiefs. It doesn't surprise me the Chiefs were so ready to let Snead, like this is an all-pro corner that they were just ready to let go and not pay. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And then Chibade Awuzie, who has a great name, but he's an aging
Chibade
NFL
Awuzie.
cornerback. And we know when corners lose a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
speed,
No, they get
Unless
there
you're-
quick.
unless you're
Then comes
Stephon
quick.
Gilmore that can press at the line and be savvy and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's one guy, though, bro.
Yeah, there's not many. There's not many that can do it for a long, long time. And then they've got Simmons, who's a really, really good interior defensive lineman, but I don't think they added enough quality pass rushes. They didn't add any. I just don't think they've done enough. New coach, Pollard can't be your big signing because I watched Pollard a lot last year and he's just not explosive enough to change your offense. So they just haven't done enough. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to be good next year at all. The Titans, I really don't.
Oh, no, I don't mind that little receiving group, man. Tyler Boyd, Calvin Ridley, D-Hop. I don't mind.
They don't have Tyler Boyd, do they?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
No, he's at
Yeah,
the
they got him.
Bengals.
They got him from the Bengals, bro.
I think they have got him from the.
And they got him from the
They
Bengals.
trade for
Yeah,
Tyler
yeah,
Boyd.
Yeah, they got Tyler Boyd. Yeah. Yeah, oh, sorry. I thought you knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
it was
Tennessee
like,
Titans.
it was
Yep.
like a week ago. Yeah,
Oh man, the Bengals are trading for Jefferson, aren't they?
probably. Yeah,
They're trading for Jay Jetters.
I don't think I can pay him. I did look this up.
I'll do something.
I'm sensing it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
It's
say.
been
I got
reported
the Bengals
heavily.
later.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay,
was
cool.
gonna
We'll
talk
wait for that
about,
then. Yeah, I didn't know they got Boyd. Boyd's solid. It changes them a little. And Levis is a good young player.
Yeah.
But in the question of did they add enough around this team to make them better?
What if Will
Lang
Lang? What if Willie?
He's a dog.
He's a dog.
If
and he
Will
comes
Levis
out
is a fucking
slinging dick.
If he's a superstar, then this all means nothing.
Yeah.
Because when you nail like a top 5 quarterback, the world changes.
Is
for
it
you
is it
real
possible?
quick.
Do you think he's got the talent? Do you think he can do it?
He's tall, white, handsome gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
Like he's the epitome of a tall, white, handsome gunslinger.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
motherfucker had 3 girlfriends at the draft.
Yeah. And he's a big dude too.
And he's like 6'5" and has a cannon of an
Yeah.
arm. Like if anyone out of that,
He's
draft
basically
could
like
beat that-
like Josh Allen. Like
Yeah.
he's like a young Josh Allen.
Put it this way: if they were drafting that draft again, the quarterbacks alone, obviously Stroud would be first. I would say Levis would be the second quarterback taken.
yeah.
If you look at last year,
definitely have a Bryce Young fucking mini me.
and who else went in the first? I don't think anyone else went after.
Oh, I
Bryce.
don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I think he would be the second guy unless I'm missing some glaring
Yeah.
player.
And I think the only reason that he dropped so low was because teams thought that he was like arrogant and full of himself, which he kind of is, which you kind of need to be successful in the NFL anyway.
Yeah, if you're white, you've got to be a farm boy like Mac Jones and Drake May.
Yeah.
And that works out for you. You can't be an
Anthony
arsehole.
Richardson went
Oh,
yeah,
A-Rich.
okay,
I keep forgetting about A-Rich.
yeah, it's because he hasn't played.
Yeah, I know. All right, George, you're up.
So I've got the Denver Broncos, who might
Denver Broncos.
might be the biggest dumpster fire in the NFL right now.
Can I just tell you, we need to change the Denver Broncos. Can have a different segment. Is what could they do?
What could they do?
They have no money.
Nothing, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So obviously,
He workshopped that early. He's really happy with that.
Yeah,
so.
pretty happy with that.
He's really happy with that.
He workshopped that with himself in the mirror.
Shoot his fucking
He,
shit.
he asked me. He asked me when I got here earlier. I was like, "Should I say this?" I'm like, "Go for it."
So obviously they cut Russ.
Russell Love Muss.
Russell Love Muzz, Mr. Unlimited. They got rid of Mr.
Or Russ
Unlimited.
the Muss based off Jake the Muss.
Just another Bronco leaving.
So
You wouldn't want to run into Jake the Muss in a bar.
firstly, I'm going to tell you the cap hit for 2024
Talk to me.
is $53 million.
They're losing.
That's how much they're paying to not have him play.
That's wild to me. Could you imagine an employer not wanting you that badly that they're willing
How
to
much
pay
does your
you
boss?
that
Remember I said
much
it on the
money?
pod. How much does your boss
And then it's like
fucking pay you?
30 million next
It's
year too.
33 million in 2025. So that's
Mental.
86 million for everyone playing at home over the next 2 years that they're paying Russell Wilson to not play there. That has got me just that alone has got me so fucked up. So just as a quick side note, I want to ask you guys, can you think of a worse trade in NFL history? Just off the top of your head right now.
No.
In terms of like how south it went so quickly and how much money it's going to cost. This has basically hamstrung them for the next 5 years.
Yep.
Like this organization is fucked for the next 5 years.
I would say Cleveland Browns is up there.
with D Watts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, D Watts has still got a chance to be good. He's still on the roster. He's still
Yeah,
could
he's still
play.
there.
Yeah, he's got to keep,
Trust me, I got D-Watts coming up. Don't worry.
he's got to keep his dick in his pants.
I've got my
Fine,
gun.
fine, I agree with
fucking
you.
Loaded.
I agree with you. But at least he's got a shot to be good on the team.
That's true.
He's gone.
on
He's gone.
the team.
He's got a shot. Like he can still, like he's still got something.
I'll read you this.
Go
The
on.
trade may not be the worst trade of all time.
Oh.
Because when they did it, Russ Wilson was still good, right? The worst thing they did was re-sign him after trade.
Yeah.
Giving him the money,
The money.
when he had 2 years left
Yeah.
on his fucking
That's
contract.
right.
Yeah.
The way they treated him,
Wait a
giving that
year
money,
and then extend him. Like,
I
what
would
are
have
you
literally
doing?
been like, "Oi, dickhead, we've just traded for you because your team didn't want you. How about you spend the next 2 years proving you're
Yeah.
worth another contract?"
No, but the issue was it was new ownership trying to make a big fucking
100%.
trying to sting their dick. Oh, look how good we are. We're
That
going to
was the
sign you.
mistake.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. It was like, can we suck JA's dick even harder? No, you can't.
So then you follow on from that, and then they Jesus. You follow on from that, and then they went and drafted Bo Nix in the first round,
I said my spiel last week.
which
on
might
this.
be the worst pick in the first round, in my opinion. It's got to be up there.
Penix.
They also traded for.
Oh, Penix is worse. Penix is worse.
They also traded for the Cougar Hunter too.
the Cougar Hunter. Who's
Bill
that?
Hunter. Wilson.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, did we talk about this?
Oh, did they? Okay.
You knew about this. Denver
Yeah, I
had Zach
knew
Wilson
about it,
now. Because remember, we were like, lock up all the MILFs in Denver.
So-
And then I made the joke that Bo Nix he's going to get trickle down
yeah,
MILFs.
that's right. He's going to get trickle down. I
Trickle
remember
down
trickle down.
milk.
Sorry.
He's not getting the prime MILFs.
I'm back.
You got to remind him sometimes the head knocks. they
So
go
that's
straight to his-
that's true. That's the terrible draft choice. And then like the final question I want to, obviously they haven't done enough. They're fucking terrible. Is Peyton regretting taking this job, you reckon?
Yep.
I think he is.
Fucking look.
If I'm Peyton right now,
He's thinking, fuck, I could have gone to the Chargers. I could have gone to the Chargers,
I could have waited. Yeah, and I thought this would happen to Shanahan when he took the 49ers job a few years ago. I remember saying, like, why would you take this job? Wait a year. It worked out okay for him. And I remember Peyton taking it and being like, oh, no, this could be a good job. He's got some guys there.
Yeah. Nope.
He can fix Russell Wilson.
Old system versus new system. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Well, Sean Payton trying to bring in an old system.
Yes.
We do have to remember, right? And I'll be the devil's advocate here.
Ooh.
They went on a fucking run last year. There was a point where we were like, fuck, Denver are good. So they started terribly. Remember they won like 5 games in a row and beat the Chiefs?
6 games, yeah.
And they were like, they're going to make the playoffs.
They beat the Chiefs twice, didn't they?
No, they almost beat them twice. There was some bullshit call that won the Chiefs the game, believe it or not.
I believe it.
You believe it.
That.
Was that after they got blown out by like 50?
They got 70 points scored on them by Miami, and they went on a fucking run.
Yeah, they beat the Chiefs the next week.
Yeah, and then they just fell apart late in the season.
Yes.
It's really hard to win. It's really hard to just keep winning and winning.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, like Denver were okay. So maybe Peyton, I'll paint a world. Maybe I don't think Bo Nix is good. I said it very clearly last week. I think he'll be fucking atrocious. But maybe Peyton can make him good. And that's their only saving grace. If Bo Nix is fucking good, it means they've got a free quarterback for the next 4 years.
Yeah, true.
That's when the cap thing doesn't matter as much because they can just build around this.
It definitely still matters.
It matters, but
80 million is a lot.
Not as much though.
Sure. Okay.
You're not chasing a quarterback.
Okay. If Bo Nix is a top 10 quarterback, then you're right.
Yes, that's their only saving grace.
What are the chances of that though?
Very low.
Yeah.
I would say like under
0.
3%.
0.
I got a feeling about him.
You like Bo Nix.
No, I just got a feeling he's going to be.
How does he like Bo Nix?
No.
Josh Allen.
No. I feel like he's just going to be that quarterback that isn't shit.
Okay.
That's the rat dog. That's Spencer Rattler.
The rat.
Shout out.
Rat dog. You know he's going to somehow be good.
No, that's it. But I reckon Bo Nix is out of the 6 quarterbacks that went in the first round. I feel like he just won't be shit.
It'd be the funniest thing ever that they were like, "Oh crap, well, we've got to take a quarterback here at 12, and then he's good."
He's probably right. He'll be better than Penix.
He'll end up. Imagine if he ended up being the best. Imagine if he ended up being the best.
That's what I can see happening
out of the draft.
Oh,
wow!
Everyone was like, "Oh, we've got to take a quarterback."
Look at all these quarterbacks that go in these drafts when there's 5 other quarterbacks that go or 3 other quarterbacks to go.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
How often is it the last one fucking picked?
Lamar was the 5th.
Lamar was the fucking last one.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Like I don't want to compare him to Tom Brady, but Tom Brady went 199.
Paxton Lynch.
Yeah.
For Denver. Obviously really worked out. He went late in the first.
Trevor Simeon.
Trevor Simdog, 7th round pick. Kyle Orton.
Y'all are trolling now.
No.
Y'all are
Rex
trolling.
Grossman.
Y'all are trolling, man.
Rex Grossman almost won a fucking Super Bowl.
We won a Super Bowl, yeah.
Almost won a fucking Super Bowl.
Imagine that.
Over Peyton fucking Manning. I'll never forget the media being like, if Peyton Manning loses a Super Bowl now after finally beating Brady, he loses a Super Bowl to Rex Grossman. I can't imagine what he would have just retired that day.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with football.
Yeah. All right,
Rocky, who you got?
Rocky.
I have the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
And this is a team that I don't think they're going to be like another team. They're not going to be shit. They haven't done enough to be good, but they've done just enough not to be shit.
You reckon they're mid, or do you reckon they're unrep? What? Are they mid? Did you say they're mid or are they wife material? What do you reckon?
They're an object.
They're an object. Okay, cool.
They're
definitely a team.
Shout out the boys.
That's a bit of a private joke. Hope to be part of one day. All right, continue, bro.
So I think they're that team that we don't know what fucking AR is. We don't know if he's good yet.
But I know it's what shoots up schools in America normally.
Drafted Latu in the first round.
That's what I mean. Pick. That's a great pick for him.
I can't believe they ended up getting the best defensive player in the draft. Or the first defensive player in the draft at pick 15.
That's what I mean. They also got a good fucking receiver as well in Mitchell. So I think there might be a chance of they've done enough to put enough weapons around Aaron and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
They got Pittman as well again. He signed on.
I like Michael Pittman.
That's fucking fantastic.
Yes. And they also like a guy I think Colts fans are forgetting about.
They still got Jonathan Taylor, correct?
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor. He's a fucking good
Yeah,
running back.
he's good.
He
He's good.
held out last year.
Yeah.
When he came back, he was good.
They won games.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
And they
Like,
got a good O-line.
With him and Richardson, they won like 3 games together, man.
Yeah.
Like if Richardson plays every game,
that's what I'm saying.
they could challenge for a wild card. I'm telling
That's it. They almost challenged last year for a wild card. They
they
just
did.
got fucking.
They did. You're right.
They just got boat raced at the end of the
Yep.
second season.
With
Yep.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, exactly
With
right.
fucking Gardner Minshew.
But this
Exactly.
is my point.
And they got Texans when the Texans got fucking hot.
Yeah.
I like the Colts, but fuck Irsay for moving them out of Baltimore. It was never be forgiven. So fuck the Colts.
My man.
I hope they fucking
never
finish fourth.
forgotten?
Fuck them.
You know why I like
Don't
Brock?
move in the middle of the
You know
night,
why I like
pussy.
because my man holds a grudge, and I like that.
I really enjoy
Don't pack the fucking Mayflower trucks at the middle of the night and move your fucking team out of the state.
Do you know
Go
what?
fuck
I
yourself.
don't know if you've noticed this, George, about Brock, but he's in quite the villain arc.
Villain arc. I'm here.
Have
for
you noticed it?
Oh, I've noticed.
I haven't.
It's,
Obviously, we haven't brought it up, but it's
it's rampant.
it has been noticed.
Private life as well.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll find out.
Oh, he's gonna find out. Don't you worry about that.
You can find out.
There's nothing I've
Who
never
you,
found
who you
out.
got,
Boys.
James? Who you got?
I've got the Oakland Raiders.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Oakland?
This.
yeah, we're going old school.
Can you
Oakland.
call me a fucker, please?
No,
I called you
no,
one.
I'm not gonna call you a fucker.
Wrong.
No, I love it.
The
love
Las
it.
Vegas Raiders. This team reeks of off-season darling.
Yep.
They're getting all this praise for overpaying a run-stuffing nose tackle from Miami.
Yeah,
Who
that was weird.
no, they didn't even give a fuck when Christian Wilkins left. Like
Yeah.
Miami was like, "Hey, we'll draft another 300-pound guy in
Yeah.
the draft." And
Yeah.
he's a good player, Wilkins. Don't get me wrong, but you want to spend that much money on a guy like that? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It was like how they drafted for Devontae Adams at 30 years old a couple of years ago. Now he's entering the era of being washed. Like,
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is basically DeAndre Hopkins 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He's about to drop.
It's a good point. Yeah.
He dropped off. They had Michael Gallup, who has done nothing since being injured, and it sucks because he was looking like he was going to be like he was so good that the Cowboys picked him over Amari Cooper,
yeah.
and then the injury just fucking derailed him. Like that's how good he was. I don't like their head coach. And for some reason, I've wrote his name, but I've forgotten it now. Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
He's
Rari.
he just smells of like
Isn't it Tomlin 2.0?
I feel like they've only hired him because the team were like, you have to hire him. He's our guy.
Yeah.
When has that ever worked out?
And then Crosby's like, "Oh, if you don't hire him, I'm going to ask for a trade." Like,
Well,
shut the fuck up.
Apparently that was a lie. Apparently that wasn't true. He's come out on podcasts and said he never said that. The media just said he did.
Okay.
He said he strongly
Like went to bat for him.
went to
Sure.
bat for him, but he never said if
Which
you
I don't have an
hire-
issue with that with players going
Yeah,
to bat.
he
for
said they
coaches.
asked him what he thought was, and he said if you hired Antonio Pierce, I'd be over the fucking moon.
Okay.
He's our guy.
but he didn't ever say.
But apparently, word for word, he said, if you don't, I'm not going to hold the team accountable. It's not my job to hire coaches.
Right.
It's yours.
So why was it so widely reported by different outlets that he said, "I'm going to"?
Well,
ask for a
Because
trade"?
one
That's the
fucking
media.
person does it, and then it's probably some dickhead sitting in his basement that just makes it up.
Just a media just full of scum.
And then they all just grab it.
present company
It
included.
was probably
All scumbags, yeah.
CTAB. What is it? ESPN CTAB?
CTSPN.
Yeah, that's it. It's probably that.
CTAB.
We could hang on. Pause. We could have broken news fucking last week.
Oh,
We had the scoop 3 days
Scoop that
before.
OBJ was signing with Miami.
We had that
Oh.
3 days before
Yeah.
fucking Scheffner reported
Shout out
that.
to T-Wing. I'll never doubt you again. You know why I didn't do it? Because I didn't believe T-Wing knew. But he knew.
I had faith in my boy.
I didn't.
you did.
I had faith in him. I was set. I wish OBJ came back.
I love him, but I didn't have faith in him in that moment. And I ain't going to apologize for that because I think if you look at past history, I was right. You were lucky. I was right.
That's fair.
Fair?
I-
He's still
I-
going to get cigarettes from that function 2 years ago. He never came back.
Wow.
It's literally what he did. He said, I'm going to get cigarettes. And I haven't seen him since. Like, no, James. I'm not going to say the next thing I wanted to say.
All right, who you got?
No. Okay. I think they did not do a good enough job. They've got a quickly aging Devontae Adams. And then just to put a little fucking full stop on the end of it, they're hedging their bets to Gardner
Yeah.
Minshew. Like, sorry, I like Gardner Minshew. I really do enjoy him. He's been great in backup roles in the past.
Yeah, he has.
We have never seen him carry a team as a starter. The Jags tried it, didn't work. The Eagles tried it when Hurts got injured.
yeah.
Yeah,
Their first round pick, Bowers was a good pick.
He-
I like him.
yeah. That was maybe one of the best picks in the draft.
Yes,
but
I
I just don't think so. If Devontae Adams isn't Devontae Adams and they've got Gardner Minshew, are we going to get Brock Bowers being Jason Kelsey in his first year, Travis Kelsey in his first year?
Unlikely.
Extremely unlikely. Like Sam Laporta broke every record for tight ends ever last year. And you look at his numbers, yeah, they were
He had
good.
Jared Goff throwing in the ball.
Yeah,
though.
and you look at those numbers, they were good, but they're not like, oh, wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that was the record for a rookie tight end.
Yeah.
Like tight ends predominantly don't come on straight away. They take a bit of time because, they've got to block the ends, and it's fucking hard.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's physical. So, I think if you're hedging your bets to Brock Bowers being the man or Michael Gallup, or even at this point, it's sad to say, but Devontae Adams might not be the man.
He's not the man, no.
And then pair that with Gardner Minshew, who has never been the man, as much as I like him.
He's a nice guy. I'd like to have a beer with him, but yeah.
Love to. I'd love him to play.
I don't want him to be my starting.
I'd love for him to play for the Croydon Rangers. He'd actually tear it the fuck up.
Of course,
but this is the NFL, and he's got to play the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Broncos. That matter, but he's got to play the Chiefs and the Chargers.
The Broncos still got a solid D, bro. Like you still got to go up and beat him. You got to go and beat him.
Yeah. So I don't think they did enough. I really don't.
I agree. They haven't. So I've got my next team is the Cincinnati Bengals, who went 9-8 last year,
which was amazing.
Yeah, considering that Burrow missed them.
Every team in that division had a winning record.
Yeah, that was weird. So that was my first note. Yeah, I said it's a tough division because of that, because every team did pretty well last year.
Yep.
I think it's going to that trend's going to continue as well, because if you look at the teams, most of those teams have gotten better in that division too.
Yep.
And even Cleveland have got a fucking top 5 defense. They're going to be hard to beat.
Yep.
Every time you play them.
Yep.
Obviously they traded Boyd. There's a lot of rumors swirling around. They're going to trade T. Higgins as well. I think they're going for.
I think JJ. I don't know how I missed Tyler Boyd getting traded. That's fucking wild.
So there's rumors they're going to trade Higgins, and then I believe they're doing that so they can pair Chase with.
Well, you trade Higgins. I've heard, and I thought it was Tyler Boyd, but now I'm thinking about it. They must have said T. Higgins, because it was only today I heard it.
Yeah,
but they're saying 2 first-round picks. And I thought they said Boyd, but they must have said Higgins.
They said Boyd in that video as well.
Yeah, for Jay Jetters.
Yep.
Which is wild.
That is wild. I agree.
Yeah. That'd be insanely
sick. Remember
fun.
those two. Remember those two. And then Burrow fucking slinging them the ball. Jesus.
That'd be good fun. It'd be enjoyable.
Jesus. So but they've got to do something, because as I said, that division is tough. So they've got to make a splash. They've got to do something, especially with the quarterback that they have. They've got to put weapons around him. They have to. They have to.
And do you feel like the Bengals with Burrow, like they're kind of just teetering? Like they've got Burrow, they've landed Burrow, it's awesome, great. And then since then, they're just kind of like, they're just waiting for Burrow to do it all for him, because he did it once. So they're just kind of like, Burrow will just do it again if he's healthy.
This is the problem.
It doesn't work like that.
This is the problem.
You got to keep taking swings.
Yeah, you got to.
If you've got Mahomes and Burrow and those sorts of guys,
I was going to make that comparison.
You got to just keep swinging.
That's the difference, because I think Burrow is a better quarterback than Mahomes. I honestly believe it.
Potentially.
Like the two, if you put the two of them together, like on talent, and that, I think Burrow is better.
Like the Chiefs traded the organization 2 years ago. Everyone was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Exactly.
And they won another 2 Super Bowls.
They're polar opposites. Like they're ready to go again. They're ready to refresh. They refresh their defense. They refresh their O-line. Like we'll trade Tyreek Hill and get other guys in. Like we'll draft Worthy in the first round.
We'll let Rashee Rice drive his car real fast.
Okay, yeah. But whereas I think they're just the Bengals are probably just thinking, oh yeah, okay, cool. Like
they just Burrow will win it for us, because we got a pretty ass white boy and he's going to win us game.
He nearly won us a Super Bowl,
so he'll do it again
in his first full year, and then
and
then he made the
AFC.
He
would have won you a Super Bowl if he could have blocked Aaron Donald.
Yeah, that's a different story altogether.
Also, like I think if the Bengals are shit this year, the coach is gone.
Yeah,
it has to be.
Yeah,
or the only thing that could save him is they don't fire coaches as well. They're like the fucking.
They do. They kept Marvin.
They kept Marvin Lewis who didn't win a fucking playoff game.
Yeah,
so long.
See, but this is the point I'm making. Like, as an organization, when you've got a top tier quarterback like that, you need to be proactive. You can't be reactive.
Keep swinging.
You got to keep going. You got to keep going. I think obviously he's coming off the wrist injury.
Yeah,
but if apparently all reports
he's had so long to recover.
All reports are that he's already in mid-season form in OTAs. Like he's gonna be healthy. He's gonna be ready to go. And if he can stay healthy, I think they can challenge for a wild card spot.
Yeah, I think they haven't done enough.
Obviously, they won't win the division. Obviously,
if they get Jay Jetters,
Jetters is
then
big.
I'm thinking they're at least taking some chances.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
and they can pay Jetters and Jamar Chase easily.
I don't think they're good.
They ain't. It's 200 if you don't pay anyone else.
Yeah, but you got to pay a fucking team still.
But look at the Chiefs are the same thing. They're paying all their money in like Chris Jones. Like you can pay 3 stars. It just depends what 3 stars you want to pay.
Yeah, true.
They got rid of Mixon, who was a big cap.
But in that division, you have to have a fucking defense too. You have to have a defense to win that game.
Or you've got to have a really good offense where you can just be prepared. You know what? We're going to shoot out every week.
Yeah. The Vikings of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We're going to we'll try and score 40.
Yep.
we'll give up 39. Fuck it.
And you just have that attitude.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And it's easier. Defenses fluctuate more year to year. I would prefer to bank having a really consistent good offense.
Having studs, yeah.
And then you will find defensive guys that defenses are traditionally up and down.
Yep.
It's rare you get a defense that's good for like 6 or 7 years in a row.
Yeah, very
It's
rare.
very uncommon.
Rare.
So it's you.
I got next. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, yeah.
And I got one question. What the fuck are they doing? Seriously, they had the 23rd. No, check that. 28th ranked fucking O-line last year.
They did.
They gave up 41 sacks to a quarterback that stands in a fucking pocket.
Mm.
And they didn't try and improve their fucking O-line in the draft or try and re-sign anybody.
Yeah, that's.
They didn't even try and sign a free agent for a fucking O-line. So you're gonna have Trevor Lawrence. You're gonna have touchdown Jesus stand back there and get fucking murdered. He'll go the way of Andrew Luck in fucking 3 years' time and retire.
It's not a bad call.
Because he's going to get fucking killed back there.
I don't disagree with any of that. Yep.
Also, I like him. I don't love him, but I think he was really overhyped in that fucking 2021 draft class.
He mid.
With the other 5 quarterbacks that went, all being traded or cut from their teams.
Is he the only one still on the
He's
roster?
the only one still on his fucking
he
roster.
Like
so Mac Jones,
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. Who was the other one? Sam Darnold, was it?
Nah, he was
the year before, maybe.
Is it Zach Wilson?
It wasn't Zach Wilson.
Can't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think he's the only one left.
They haven't done enough. They've got Devin Duvernay and Gabe Davis. Eric Armstead, they fucking overpaid on.
Gabe Davis isn't a bad 2 with Kirk. Like, I really like Christian Kirk.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, Christian Kirk.
I think Christian Kirk's good.
Do they still have Christian Kirk?
Yeah, that's what Christian. They
okay.
let Ridley walk.
Yeah,
and they drafted the speedy receiver, who I got wrong earlier, and now I can't remember it at all. I said his name before, George, and I was like, "Look how fucking good I am," and then Brock was like, "Nah, it's wrong."
I'm just trying to find it. I'm just trying to find it.
It wasn't Brian Lee. It was
Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas, yes. Yeah. Okay. So you drafted a fast receiver. You still got to keep your fucking quarterback standing upright.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you have fast guys and you want to get big plays, what do you need for big plays?
You need time in the pocket.
It's not rocket science out
really
there.
Like any 8-year-old that plays Madden can tell you that.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence isn't going to be the running quarterback that can sling it like
he can buy time, but he's not a runner.
He's not a runner. He's not. I don't want to say he's not Josh Allen, where he can beat him himself.
He's too small. You don't want him to be a runner. You want him.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he's like he's
skinny.
Not,
you mean?
Yeah, like
he's tall.
He's got a slight frame. Like he's not a big,
and he's not that handsome. And you know what? I don't even know. I don't even know if he's a gunslinger.
Compared to me, he's handsome.
I don't know.
He's white.
If we had
he's very white.
If we had a tall, white, handsome gunslinger scale, all I'm saying is he wouldn't be in the top 10 in the NFL. There'd be 10 other white quarterbacks.
Is he a top 10 quarterback?
No.
Where would you put him?
He's 15. He's 10 to 15.
I genuinely think he's somewhere in the middle.
He's mid.
Yeah, okay.
He's actually mid. Like I'm not even doing it to be a twat.
Yeah, he's actually mid.
Yeah, he's not an object. He's just mid.
I don't know what the Jags are doing. They're in a tough division. They're in a tough fucking conference.
Yeah.
And they're going to be in that wild card spot where it's going to come down to tiebreakers again.
Yeah.
And I don't think they'll have they had a losing home record last year.
Yeah, that's not great.
Like you got to win your fucking home games.
Yep.
If not, you're not going to get a new fucking stadium if you can't win in the current stadium you have. No one's going to come.
I think Houston have got.
I think they're going to be shit. I don't think they've
wrapped up.
They haven't done enough.
No, I tend to agree with you. I don't think they've done enough either. All right, I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers, Brock's favorite team.
No, they're not.
So obviously, this defense is always good.
Sure,
they're going to be good. They've got TJ Watt, who's one of the best defenders in the league.
He might be the best.
He's a decoy. He's going to be up there again this year. They also added Patrick Queen, who's a really good above-average starter.
No, he's good. Patrick Queen.
Yeah, he's a really good player. That's defensively. So I think defensively they're going to be good. I think they've done enough. I don't think they had to do a lot, and I think they've done enough.
Question's always going to be on offense.
Yes. So, and then when I talk about what have they done enough, you add Fields and Wilson, right? That's trying. Now they're not just sitting there going.
Fields is going to play kick return.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh my god! Did you fucking see that?
That can't be fucking real. That can't be real, can it?
No, that's got to be a piss take.
That's going to be a troll.
I hope it's real.
Oh, me too. Imagine if he rocks out for fucking kick return in the first game with Wilson at quarterback. Fuck, it'd be funny. But
that's sad, bro.
It would be sad. Then I look at what they added on offense to go with it. They already have Pickens, the receiver, who I think's he's a fucking whinging pain in the ass. But I think if you had good quarterback play, he can be good.
Most receivers are though.
Yeah, and like they had Kenny Pickett the last few years. Like they threw something like 10 passing touchdowns last year.
Kenny Pickett's not very good.
Like Stroud threw more touchdowns individually than their entire team did in like his first 5 games or something.
Wow.
It was outrageous how bad they were passing the ball. So they added Kadarius Patterson, who's a
13.
good 13 touchdowns. There you go. This is horrendous. They added Kadarius Patterson, the speedster Quez Watkins, Van Jefferson, who's a very athletic guy.
Yep.
They drafted Fatanu, the left tackle in the first round, who's a good pass protector, and they're pairing him with Broderick Jones, who was their first round pick last year.
Yep.
So they're trying to get their bookend tackles. They're trying to do it the right way.
That's the right way, yep.
Which I respect. I can't see a world where Fields or Wilson are worse than Pickett, right? Or worse than Rudolph, or worse than their quarterback.
No. Pretty hard to be worse.
My argument is if I think Fields is the future, and I'm actually like, I don't know why, but I'm secretly a bit high on Fields. It's not secret now, spoiler. But I kind of think he's going to be good. I think like he leaves the Bears, and I think his reward for having to be at the Bears for 3 years is that they'll make him a good player. Like, because the Bears are fucked. They're cursed.
I don't understand your logic there, bro.
Because fuck the Bears. They ruin every quarterback they've ever drafted.
Okay. You should have led with that. You buried the lead.
If Mitch Trubisky got drafted by the fucking Broncos, he'd be a fucking all-pro by now. He'd be the new Mahomes.
I do believe that where you land has a lot to do with
100%
how you end up.
So in putting that all together, I think if Wilson and Fields can be mid-tier quarterbacks, which Wilson was easily that last year, and Fields has more upside to be a top-tier quarterback, plus if Wilson's the guy, you can use him in special packages and you can do read options with him and that sort of stuff. You can make him valuable to your team.
So what do you think they're going to do?
I think their offense is going to be better and their defense is still going to be really good. They were almost a playoff team last year with one of the worst offenses.
Yeah, they were.
So if their offense goes from being the worst to somewhere in the middle of the pack, I think they're a playoff team. And I think they have done enough for what they could do. They added Wilson for fucking nothing. They added Fields for nothing. They've added 2 quarterbacks that one of them I think is going to be good enough to play at a mid-tier level, and they're going to be good enough to.
What do you think? So who do you think starts? Or are they going to do
Wilson will start and
committee?
Fields will take over at some point. But I think if they're smart, Fields will have packages to run on the offense because he is ultra athletic. Run a lot of read options, short routes, play actions, that sort of stuff with him.
Just get a package of RPOs together and let him run them. That's it. Yeah,
100%. So you can make him valuable without making him your starter, and then develop him. And then if Wilson starts to struggle down the stretch, which he does every year, then he's
getting older. That's why.
And then you put him in as like your energy source. Let's go.
Or like after the bye, he starts or something.
Yeah, because he'll throw it deep and he'll run. Yeah. And you know what? With a good defense, that might be all you need.
Yeah.
I think the Steelers done enough. I really do think that.
Okay.
Which is rare because they normally don't do anything.
I'm undecided because I need to see the quarterback play.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's going to change it.
That's a big question mark.
In terms of have they done enough, the question is, last year you would have been like, no fucking chance they're going to be good because Pickett's shit, right?
Yeah, correct.
Now they've added enough to make you go,
there's a chance.
Maybe
there's a chance. There is a chance.
They've done enough for now.
Sure. Okay. All right. By that logic, then yes, I agree.
Yeah. Cool.
So
you're up.
The quarterback play will be the big determining factor.
You're
so
up. I've got spanner copper to eat.
I've got the Miami Dolphins who went 11-6 and had
track bullies.
Statistically they had a good year. They won a lot of games.
They're the AFC Dallas Cowboys.
They obviously lost to the Chiefs, the eventual Super Bowl winners, in the wildcard round.
Yep.
They've had a few little off-season moves.
Yep.
They
lost Wilkins.
Yeah.
Added OBJ.
They added OBJ, which...
We had the scoop.
Did they also sign Chase Claypool?
No, someone else signed Chase Claypool who's coming up. I can't remember who.
Wasn't the Bears.
No, it's the Bills.
The Bills signed Chase.
Bills.
I got them coming up. Good fun, old Chasey.
So they good first round pick. Chop Robertson, probably the best name in the NFL now.
It has to be the best rat name. It has to be.
That was a need. That was a need for them. They needed a good pass rusher. That was a good
because they've got
need.
Who's the guy that Denver drafted? The top 5 pick that got injured last year.
Oh fuck! I know
you know who I mean. He's fucking like he's kind of never lived up to it. But anyway, they got him and they've got Phillips both coming off knee injuries.
Yep.
So they're going to need someone to help.
So and he'll get good reps.
Yep.
Yeah, I think obviously offensively they had a good year. I mean, when you putting up 70 points against a fucking NFL team, like clearly you're a good offense.
Yeah.
I think defensively they struggled.
And Tyreek Hill probably got faster in the offseason because he added 4 new kids to his family.
So he released.
So he's been releasing some.
So his balls are lighter.
He's got to be at least a kilo lighter from that amount of
shout out
fucking he been doing.
Shout out.
And like his house burned down. But you know what? Good off season for him.
And I'm gonna
Didn't
say
bash a
this-
woman
I'm gonna say,
That we know of yet.
that we know of.
Hasn't come out yet.
Or
oh,
a
we
child.
know.
He's
Hasn't
done a
come
good
out.
job.
Hasn't come out yet.
And that's big. The bar might be low.
I'm
That's
going to
big
say the
for
same
him.
thing about Miami
Steve
this year, this
Cameron.
off season that I said last off season, which is that I want to see how they do when the weather gets cold. When it's warm and everything's fast and moving good, and they're fast and they run fast plays and run fast offense, everything's good. But when it gets cold and you got to go into New England, you got to go into New York and Buffalo, that's when the rubber hits the road. I want to see what happens then.
And I feel like if they're ever going to win a Super Bowl, they need to be the 1 seed, and the Super Bowl needs to be in a dome.
Be in Miami.
Or in Miami.
It has to go through fucking Miami for them to
and
be
they
a
go-
chance.
and they just don't leave
Yeah,
the
they're just
state
like, we're
of
just
Florida
staying
for the
here.
entire playoff
Yeah.
month.
But
Yeah.
you know what they need though? They need to fucking go 10-0 to start the year, and hopefully they can hold on and nab a couple games to
Yeah.
the fucking back end.
I haven't
Because
looked
if
at
not,
their-
they'll lose it
I
when it
haven't
gets
looked at
cold.
their schedule yet to see.
The schedule's for later.
Hasn't got out. Hasn't come out yet.
Hasn't it?
No, it normally comes out mid. normally comes out
and it's all
mid-April.
wanking about it. Oh, the mid said it's.
Yeah, it's normally comes out mid-April. Now it's coming in May 18th, I believe.
Well, okay.
Just quietly, they have to flip the draft and free agency around.
You want draft before free?
Draft first.
You think?
Yeah, because then teams will be more inclined to take the best players, not
Right.
because if you've just signed, Atlanta's a prime example, right? We're all giving him shit. If they hadn't have signed Kirk Cousins and they drafted Penix there, we're probably like, oh, I get it. We get it. Because they've gone and signed Kirk Cousins, probably not thinking Penix will be there for us. Then
They knew Penix was going to be there.
well, who knows?
That
They
was
said they
was
didn't.
fucking bizarre.
But then, you know what I mean? Like,
They
if,
had the
if
eighth.
then free agency was started, then Kirk Cousins would probably be going to, I don't know, who's the team we talked about don't have a quarterback? Like Denver. They
Yeah.
might have been like,
Yeah,
well, let's
true.
not reach for Bo Nix. Let's go and try and get Kirk Cousins
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's draft a receiver here and then we'll go and get Kirk.
I don't mind. That's what you get on the best podcast in Australia.
That's what
That
you
sort of
gotta do.
insight from James Arthur.
I said, if you're not, if,
Number
if,
65 outback player. That's what you get from
if you haven't got GA's dick in your mouth, you can do a lot more talking,
Wow.
Wowza.
So yeah, I think the first
Do you
point
think they
you
did
made,
enough?
the flat track bullies is good. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I know, trust me, I like Miami. They got some cool players.
Yeah.
Like Tyreek Hill will beat the fuck
Waddle,
out of your misses,
this,
but he
that.
will score.
Look, they got good pieces on
OBJ
offense.
is their third receiver.
Yeah.
Like
That's
they
a good
got
spot.
A-Chain, Mostert,
Yeah, most
good
is
O-line.
yeah.
Like they're good. They're going to be a fun offense again. They're
Yeah.
going to be fun.
When the weather gets cold, I want to see what happens.
Good point. All right, Brock, who you got?
I got the Houston Texans.
Oh, the
Ooh.
T-Sizzles.
The T-Sizzles.
Texans, which we learned are Texans.
People native of
Texas folk.
Texans.
Native,
I like
to,
to call
native to the state of Texas.
Yes, that's what a Texan is, apparently.
Good old Texas folk.
Shout out Texas.
This ain't Texas.
Oh, please stop.
Oh, I hated that song, and now like
It's
every
the
time it
worst
comes
song
on,
ever.
I just start fucking having a little bop.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst song released this year by a mile.
The Bears.
The
Bears. Yeah, I got the Texans. They had a nice offseason. It was
Yeah.
it was a little flashy.
They've been fucking.
It was a little flashy in free agent. Their draft it's a B. They had a B fucking draft.
Well,
But
they didn't
that-
have a first round.
They didn't have a first round pick. That's what they got. But when you get fucking
Yeah, but
Diggs,
you got Stroud, so who cares, bro?
no, but when
And
you get Diggs,
Yeah.
you got him for 1 year. That's the only real bad
I
thing.
actually love that move because they're like, "Hey, Diggs, show us that you fucking got.
Yeah, don't be a little bitch.
You want one
Go
more?
get
You want
fucking
one more
balls.
big contract? Play big.
Absolutely. They got Joe Mixon as well, and they fucking signed Schultz for a fucking 3-year deal.
I like Shaw He's a really good type.
Great fucking thing. My only real negative on him is quarterbacks always regress
They do.
after their first year.
Have you been listening to me?
No, I've been on this for years.
You like me.
I've been on this.
Yeah,
We're friends.
yeah, we
do
do
you
like
have
you.
a top knot?
Yes, I do.
Holy fucking shit.
I do at the
I was
moment.
gonna leave it-
You have a
I was going to leave it
ponytail?
for the end and do a
What
special shout out.
The fuck is going on here? Bend your head down.
I was going to do a special shout out at
What
the end,
the
bro.
fuck is going on here? Why- How have you been here for 2.5 hours and I only just noticed your fucking top knot?
you don't look at me
stole
like
my
that.
thunder Big time, bro.
You don't look at me like that.
Fuck me. I'm both turned on and disappointed.
Hair's real
This is a
long.
weird
Hair's
feeling.
real long at the moment. Need a cut.
Jesus.
Shout out to
I'm
Lim.
just turned on.
Shout out to Lim. He's going to fix me
Alright,
up on the weekend.
Calm down, ponytail
Uh,
McGee. Get into it.
We're back on it. If CJ doesn't regress too much, they're going to have a good year. Again, they're going to be in that wild card fighting for the division sort of state.
Yep.
I think they will win their division against the Jags and the Colts. I think that's a big chance. I think they've done enough to be the team they were this year. They haven't got it worse. They
In
haven't.
fairness to them, if anyone hasn't done enough, like these guys have done heaps.
They
They've
can't do
tried.
anything more.
They're swinging. As
They
I just said
legit
before,
can't do anything more.
They got
good
Stroud.
teams are
Swing.
swinging.
They got
Absolutely.
Stroud.
They've got 4
Swing.
years where they got to pay that motherfucker.
Yep.
Swing, fucking swing. Like Babe Ruth calling your shots at the
Yep.
plate. Like
Allegedly.
allegedly, you reckon
Oh,
Babe Ruth wasn't a good player?
He didn't call his shot. That's for the after
I
show.
saw a movie where he did. So I don't know. Has Hollywood ever lied?
Oh no!
I bid you, Harvey Weinstein. Did he ever lie?
Shut up.
Did he ever lie?
Did Django ever lie?
Django Unchained, a Harvey Weinstein production.
They've done exactly what they're supposed to do.
As sad as it is, there was no lies in that movie. As
Quiet on-
horrific as it was.
Quiet on set, never lied.
It was horrific. Yeah, he didn't.
They've done everything they're supposed to do.
Agreed. Definitely did enough.
Big tick for Houston.
All right, I've got the Cleveland Browns, boys, and I want you just to fucking strap in and shut the fuck up as I read this.
Strap in, strap on.
Strap in,
I'm ready. I'm strapped.
All right.
It's your monologue.
Defensively, this team is pretty sound. They lost only Anthony Walker from the starting linebacker position, and I think they have enough linebacker support, adding Devin Bush and Hicks to compete with Owusu Koromoa, who is not only maybe the best name in the NFL, but an emerging star.
Mm-hmm.
With a great defensive backfield and a reigning defensive player of the year to get pressure,
Yes.
they will be up there as one of the better defenses.
Agreed.
Offensively, they gave Judy a second chance.
Pause 1 sec.
Pause.
Chat GBT or was it like a free version?
No, this is me.
This is all you?
I wrote this.
He's free ball.
You
bro.
should know this.
This is real AI.
If there's anyone that can write a monologue, it's this guy.
No, you just say it. This is real AI sort of typed
Oh,
out.
sorry. I'm trying to be like I'm an
Professional.
Okay. Offensively, they gave Judy a second chance. Let's hope change is as good as a holiday for his production. Pairing him with consistently underrated wide receiver Amari Cooper and quality tight end David Njoku gives him a real good group of receiving threats. Chubb should return from injury, and let's assume he goes back to his old self behind that really talented O-line. I think the run game should be productive. So, did they do enough? It all comes down to one thing. When you place all your cards behind perennial dick flasher and general sex offender Deshaun Watson, as well as hedge your entire future of draft picks and salary cap, it will catch up with you. This team will go as far as Watson can take it. He's been horrendous the last couple of seasons. He looks disinterested and lazy, and I hope the Browns have not cursed themselves further by making the move from Watson. I'll leave you with this. I would have stayed with Big Dick Flacco over going back to Dick Flasher Watson. But hey, It's not my job to run teams.
Nah, you can't say that.
Why?
Nah.
Drop the poo.
Watson.
What's the bad part?
Watson's got more upside. Than
Oh, you're just talking about Watson. You're talking about the play. I thought you were offended by what I said, calling him a dick flash.
That offended you? Of all things?
No. He flashed his dick, bro. That's.
I am telling you,
Watson's got more upside.
a devil has come to them and said, "Give me your soul," and they have given their soul, and they are now fucked.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're cursed.
I don't agree with Amari.
No one will ever.
I don't think
in 20
Amari Cooper's got that good. I think he's
No,
good.
he's underrated.
I think he's good in. He's not good in big games.
No, true.
Yeah, he's
True.
not good in big games.
And then they pair him with Judy, who's not good in any
Not
games.
good. Not good at all. David Njoku's good,
What did David? I like David Jones.
and Nick Chubb coming back is huge for them.
Huge. I think they've got all the. I genuinely believe they've got all the pieces, but Watson is going to be what fucking kills them.
Yeah.
As Steve
They don't-
Smith said,
They got a good team.
he's not the guy. He's just a guy.
Just a guy.
What if he? Okay, let me play devil's advocate. I don't disagree with much of what you said there, except Amari Cooper.
I just said he's underrated. I didn't say he's a superstar. I just said he doesn't get the flowers he deserves.
I think he's
a
rated
good player.
correctly. I think he's just a good player.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
What if he comes back and plays like he did in Houston?
They're a Super Bowl contender because Houston's rosters were never as good as the Cleveland Browns rosters,
I agree.
and he you got to remember everyone's like, well, they had JJ Watt. They didn't. When Watson was good, when he was really playing at a top 5 QB level,
JJ Watt
was
injured a lot.
finishing.
Yeah,
His
he was
career
injured a
was
lot.
winding up. Like
Yeah.
he was about to leave to go to Arizona. Like he wasn't depoy.
He was
Sort
still,
of guy.
He was still pretty good in Arizona.
He had one good year in Arizona. He had like a refresh year in
I
Arizona.
think he had like he almost run deep with in Arizona.
Nah, I don't think he was that good. Maybe. I don't think he was that good, but I don't know. But either way, like Watson carried that Texans team.
Mm.
Carried them. So if he goes back to being that good for them, which is unlikely at this point because the evidence is telling us that he's not that
There's
guy
no
anymore.
care.
And he doesn't give a
How
fuck.
unlikely is it?
I would say it's probably 70% from what we've seen
unlikely.
that he's not going to go back to that.
What do you think that is? Do you think it's like obviously the guy still can play football, like he's still got talent.
Mm.
So I don't think it's anything physically. Clearly, it's between the ears.
If I told you right now, George, as the chippy you are, I said, hey, I'm going to pay you for the next 5 years of your life to work as a chippy every single fucking day. Here it all is up front. It's
Yeah,
yours. I can never take it back from you. It's yours.
yeah. Are you gonna
I
wanna
still
go to
want you to
work?
come
Yeah.
up and be motivated
Yeah.
and play your ass off and work your ass off and do everything I ask. And any sort of disagreement, or if a coach says to you, if your boss says to you, "Hey, I don't like the way you did that," or a client says to you, "Hey, I wanted you to frame it like this. You haven't done it right."
Yep.
To be patient, like your job revolves
depends
around
on it. Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Would you be able to do it?
I know. I agree with what you're saying.
I said, I'm not saying Watson's only fucking human. And we've shown, like, his history has shown us he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So why do we think when we gave him all this money, he was going to not be a piece of shit about it?
Mm.
You've given your keys to the fucking guy who cannot be
It's a lot
trusted
of
to
money
drive
too.
your car.
What is it? 250 million guaranteed.
Still got 4 years left.
You gave your car to Henry Ruggs.
Wow.
Yep, that's a good analogy.
Shout out.
Good analogy.
Shout
And
out.
he's speeding it hard into a lady's car.
Or the guy from Chiefs. I can't remember his name right now.
But-
Rasheed Rice.
Rasheed Rice.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, he could still do it. Like,
He's on the roster, there's a
Physically,
chance.
physically, he can still do it.
Because for the record, I don't think what Denver are doing is any smarter. Like, cutting Watson now would be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You may as well see what happens.
Yeah, see what
you might as
happens,
well
yeah.
just keep him
Roll
there.
with him, yeah.
Fuck it.
You may as well keep him there and draft a guy if you shit.
You know what you can do if you keep him there? At least he can sell his fucking merch and actually get something from him.
100%.
True.
Even if he's not good.
Maybe
Fanatics only
he'll
sold 2
fucking be-
jerseys.
It's not a physical problem. Like, he's not injured. He's healthy. He can play.
Maybe he'll sex offend again, and then you can get out of the contract.
So
That honestly, I guarantee
Do they-
you, every Browns
yeah,
person
there'd be
sitting
a
in their
clause
bed
in
at
there for
night
sure.
going, I fucking hope he shows, like, getting every masseuse in
Yeah.
fucking Cleveland to go to his
Someone
house.
set this
There'd be-
I want
motherfucker.
him
there'd be a
to
clause
show
in
his
there for
dick
sure.
to people again.
Set this motherfucker up
Yeah,
real quick.
And if Deshaun's smart, he's paying 3 guys to fucking watch him go into his bedroom, lock the fucking door behind him so he
Mhm.
can't leave his room so he can collect his money.
Guarantee you, if it comes out Cleveland, will just be like, thank fuck for that.
Oh no,
Oh,
you
no.
did it again.
Oh, he did it. We didn't send the
Oh.
masseuse there.
Oh, no.
All right,
I
you,
am-
Georgie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Georgie
know about
Boy.
Houston. All right.
No, it's your turn.
Okay, sorry.
Fucking big O.
Fucking
Fucking hell.
idiot.
You're lucky you're handsome
Am
and
I?
much bigger than me.
Since when? I'm much bigger. But
In a lot of ways.
He's looking slim, the old fucking Georgie boy.
I wasn't talking about his weight.
Yeah, I got it.
He's looking slim. He's on a good shred.
Kind of about the girthy.
He's on a good shred.
We only couldn't call him the horse at football because we already had a horse.
We already had a horse.
Otherwise, we would have.
It's just girthy.
It's fat.
So I've got the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, they were 11-6.
You're a big fan of them.
And no, I'm not a big fan of
It's
them.
your
I
favourite
fucking
team, I
hate
thought.
You love Mahomes. I
I
made
fucking
sure
hate
you
them.
got
I hate
them because
Mahomes.
you said,
the tiniest cunt, the most kissed on the dick piece of shit in the NFL.
hold on. You literally said, make sure we get our teams. So I made sure you got the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
that's what I thought as well.
You fucker.
And I was going to give me the Eagles. I'm a big Eagles guy. Is that not what you want? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were a Chiefs guy.
Clearly, there's a bit
Sorry,
of
you
breakdown.
never shut up about the
It's a
Chiefs.
Can you please do each other's teams next week?
We'll work
Or
on
in 2
that.
weeks'
Yeah,
time.
done.
We'll
Yep,
workshop
yep,
that.
done.
So yeah, 11-6. They won the Super Bowl. Pretty weak division. Obviously, they had a few big splashy things in the offseason. They extended Kelsey, making him the highest paid tight end.
There's some splashy things like, guys driving really fast.
Yeah, they had a few off-field
Beat-
Which
issues.
isn't the Chiefs' fault. in
Beating up
fairness.
waiters as well.
Yeah,
Oh, no, not a waiter, a photographer.
He's in real strife over Rasheed Rice.
Yeah,
He's already
yeah.
got CTE.
Yeah, he's in
He
strife.
might be trouble.
Yeah, he's in strife. He's in strife.
Taylor Swift might have wrote a song about him.
They had a really good draft. Obviously drafted traded up to trade. Yeah, I don't know
Worthy.
I don't know why the Bills are trading away their picks to.
Did you hang on? Did you see him in the rookie minicamp?
They didn't want a fast receiver. They wanted a big-bodied one.
Yeah,
That's
but
why.
even still, but why are you trading picks to your
They would have got a pick.
enemy?
They would have got a pick out of it at least.
Sure,
Because the Chiefs
I would
don't
have
have
been
Josh Allen.
They would have got a second. They would have got a second pick or something in there as well.
So the defense was really good last year. I think again they're probably going to be a top 5 defense again this year.
They've still got all their young guys. They haven't had to.
Yeah, they
sign
haven't had
them
to
yet.
sign anyone yet. So they're hopefully riding that train to another fucking Super Bowl. The motherfuckers.
Surely they can't. The offense has to be better for them to.
We said this last year.
We did. Mahomes is
We
in
did.
that category now.
We
isn't
did.
he?
We said
He's-
it.
You just can't bet
This is a
against him.
problem. This is a fucking
He's
problem
in
with
that
this
Brady.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like you just give him like your soup cans and
This
he's
is-
gonna
This
fucking
is big
he's gonna
coming
win.
from you because you
I
fucking,
fucking hate.
hate
You
him.
know what? You know the hatred I have for the.
I know. I'm well aware.
Right. So yeah, you give
thought he loved
him 4 soup cans and he's gonna
I
win.
don't know. He's just changed tonight. He's always like, "Oh God, the Chiefs, they're my guys."
Fuck the Chiefs.
I bought him a fucking jersey. Like I don't know what I'm going to do with it now.
Yeah,
What my
I
ass
think-
with it. That's what
I
I'm
thought he
doing.
loved Jackson Mahomes and all them.
Yeah, I literally bought him a Patrick.
Y'all
Mahomes
are
jersey.
trolling me and I'm not biting. You can
No,
fuck
it's Patrick
off.
Mahomes Senior, and it's white and black striped.
Wow. Oh yeah, one black stripe.
No, it's a full orange jumpsuit.
Yeah,
now.
the orange. Yeah.
Sorry, they changed
So,
the old.
Unfortunately, as much as
I'm an old school guy.
as
Sorry.
much as it kills me to
Throwbacks.
say it, they have probably gotten better.
They have.
So
they've done enough.
kills me, these cunts.
It's like, hey, we need a fast receiver. I know. Let's just, hey, Bills, give us the fastest one in the
Yeah,
draft.
the last one.
Thanks. See you. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I'm
he
with you.
did drop a ball go straight through his hands. His first fucking.
Oh yeah, there's like I remember when
It's already-
I remember when the Bengals drafted John Ross 8th overall when he broke the last guy that broke the record.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was like, why? But he wasn't. His production in college wasn't as good as Worthy's apparently. So
Yeah.
we'll find out. He
Still-
can certainly run. He's gone into the best
Situation for
probably
him.
the best situation in football.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there's also a
where you wanna
chance that
go.
Rasheed Rice doesn't go to jail. We realize that.
Is it?
Yeah, like there's a chance he doesn't go to jail at all. There could be like plea bargains and shit like that.
I know.
And he could just
play.
get a suspension.
They
for
might,
future.
he'll get
they
a
might just
suspension.
cut him too, though.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? Actions have
I'm
consequences,
actually being genuine. But the action would be that if he's suspended by the league, I don't think a club cutting him and turning their back on him when he's clearly young and he's a bit like, I know we joke, but he's a fucking knucklehead. Like he probably needs that club around him right now.
Sure.
If he goes to jail, then shit, yeah, you got to. It is what it
yeah.
is. But if the police are like, all right, we're going to do. If he does all the right things, which he's not at the moment because he got in a fight during the week. But if he can do all the right things,
a Dallas photographer in a club.
like I think he's going to go off the rails, and that's what's going to kill him because
I think he's already off.
it'll be the snow. It'll be the
It's
snowball,
the snowball
effect.
effect of something else
But
happening.
if they can stop the snowball effect and then wrap their arms around him and protect him, he might end up being a fucking good human
Have
being.
him move, get him to move in with Mahomes and stuff.
Yeah, just stay away from everyone. You mean Jackson Mahomes?
Yes.
Yeah,
So you're going to share a cell.
and again, they've probably got the best coach in the NFL too. So
Yes.
it kills me.
How long does Andy Reid have left, do you reckon? What gets him out of bed?
Health-wise, and what gets him out of bed is burgers. He's literally said that.
He's very heavy, isn't he?
He loves eating food.
They gave him a burger.
He's basically Mike McCarthy that can coach.
Yeah, he'd want to look at that for longevity wise, wouldn't he?
Shoot his shoot, bro.
He can still coach.
He's going to die. He's going to die and win a lot of Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You know,
This is a problem.
people could you need to be fit and healthy because you're not going to win a lot of Super Bowls.
No, I'm not.
Unfortunately, none of us are.
No,
Like,
I'm not.
Brock didn't
I
have a
might- I might
ponytail
go to
'cause
one.
He's got nothing else. He's got to be a ponytail guy now.
Wow.
This is like it's ruined the
What-
it's ruined the villain arc.
I want
for me.
a verdict at the end on the.
I'm buying him an eye patch. He's basically just a bad Bond villain now.
I'm getting a haircut. Fuck this shit.
No. Leave it, bro. I reckon leave it. Leave it, man. It's good.
I don't normally put it in a fucking top knot. This is bullshit.
I rate it.
You
I'm
don't
here for
normally, but what is it tonight, Brock?
it. Yeah.
Straight out of the
I'm
shower.
here for
Fuck
it.
you all.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Last team. We're going a long time here.
No, I got one more after you, so hurry up.
For fuck's sake. I got the Baltimore Ravens. We've lost Clowney, Duvernay, Gus Edwards, Tyler Huntley, Patrick Queen, Geno Stone, Rocky Arsin, and Kevin Zeitler.
Well, so,
Rocky's in great name.
Great fucking name.
bit of a turnover.
Great name.
Yeah.
We drafted Nate Wiggins, fucking pick 30, Roger Rosigan, pick 62, and Isaiah Isaac, 93.
Mm.
What I love,
What do you love? Talk to me.
we signed
Goose.
Justin Mutabeke,
Yeah, good player.
Kyle Van Noy,
Yeah.
great fucking, he's fucking
Oh,
good for
vet
that defense.
leadership. But
Great for that
he's good.
defense.
He's still playing. He's like 40.
Arthur Millette, we also signed our corner. I don't give a fuck if he's 40.
You know, I was saying as a positive thing.
We can hear it. And we signed the king, Derek fucking Henry.
That's a good signing. That's
Yes.
a good signing.
I have
Derek
not forgotten
fucking
about that,
Henry.
like Billy did last week.
He didn't like it? He doesn't like it?
The Billy forgot about Derek Henry being on the Ravens.
No, it's a great fucking signing
Great
for
move.
us.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a great move.
That's what we've
Ground
done.
and pound, baby.
We've actually got the fucking, we got a system where we're going to run the fucking ball.
Yep.
Mhm.
We did it last year. We had one of the lowest last year,
Mhm.
and we were fucking number one seed.
Yeah, I think
That's what we are.
they realized last year that they actually don't need a lot of good receivers like OBJ to be good.
No.
Mm.
Like,
Who's your young guy last year? I've forgotten his name now.
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers.
He's
He's
a
really
human
good, dude.
fucking joystick.
Yeah,
he's
really good.
zippy.
So you run play action. Mark Andrews hopefully doesn't get cheap shot by Logan Wilson again. And he
No,
can play
not
all
even Mark
season.
Andrews. Fucking Isaiah Likely as well.
Yeah.
He's a fucking great
What have I
target.
said? 2 fucking tight end sets, man. They work.
Absolutely.
You got 2 good tight ends. It works.
Great fucking tall receiver is what he is. We've also got, I'm fucking blank, Kyle Hamilton as well as safety. He's a fucking
Love
dog.
Hamilton. He was meant to be a bust out of the draft.
He's a
Everyone hated him.
dog.
Out of Notre
I'm not sure
Dame.
I agree with
Everyone just hates Notre Dame players.
that. Yeah, I think
That-
yeah.
everyone
Like
hates Notre Dame.
predominantly, unless they're offensive linemen. then they love him, like Joe Alt.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But no,
You're a big white boy that plays O-line at Notre Dame, you're in.
You're
If you're
in.
anyone else,
Your
not a
first
fan.
round pick.
If you're anyone else, you're Manti Te'o's girlfriend. You're not even Manti Te'o. You're his girlfriend.
You don't exist.
Yeah.
he
Poor bastard.
exists.
No, she didn't.
She didn't exist.
I don't know.
No.
In the end, she
I
existed.
once did watch the documentary with my wife, and she was like, "Did you know about this stuff with Manti Te'o?" I'm like, "Yeah, 4 years ago."
It was all over
You
everything.
fucking idiot.
Whoa. She's a nice lady.
Great lady.
She's okay.
She's too good for you, bro.
She's definitely. She could
Way
crush a
too good.
watermelon with her legs.
Shout
No,
out.
but the Baltimore Ravens have done a fucking enough to be the same team they were last year.
I think so.
They're
Yeah.
going to be good.
No.
Tough division, sure,
Henry's good.
but they're going to be fucking good because it's a cold weather fucking city.
Run the
It's a
ball.
cold weather game. When your teams like your Miamis and those sort of teams come to Baltimore Ravens, they struggle to fucking play us. We win at home a lot.
Yep.
That's what we're good at. So the Ravens will be gooder. We'll be better than this
You'll be
year.
gooder. Nah, I like
We'll be
gooder.
gooder. We'll be
was
gooder.
good. And it's like if Lamar plays 17 games, you're going to be good
Look.
because he's a really fucking good player.
If he
The
plays
only bad year you've had with him was when he was hurt.
yes, but he plays 17 games. He's a fucking MVP candidate
Candidate.
every fucking year.
Yep. He's in that
He's
category
unreal.
like Mahomes, Burrow, Rodgers a few years ago.
Yes.
Like he's just one of those guys that you're like, yeah, this is a guy who's a good chance of winning it.
17 games, the MVP candidate. He's
Absolutely
pretty spot
fucking
on.
loot.
That's pretty spot on.
No, love it. I agree with you. I think I did enough. I've got the Buffalo Bills. This is the final team. This one goes out to you, Kempy, because I know
Shout out,
there's
Kempy.
only been negativity around the Buffalo Bills.
I know. I've never been negative about him.
Their
I like
off season, they let too many guys leave. Yes, they did let a few guys leave. Like, I'm split on this. I'm going to split the have they done enough. Defensively, they have not done enough. They lost White, Hyde, Poyer, all starting D-backs. You only play 5 of them. That's 3 of them gone. You do the math. It's not good.
Not good.
White was injured a lot last year. Poyer and Hyde, older. It was the right time to move on from them. But still, you're losing 3 of your 5 starters.
Who did they
Not-
get in?
No one really. That's the other problem.
That is a
They're
problem.
backing with guys they've got. They've got Mike Edwards. They're backing with guys they already had.
Mm.
Obviously
Yeah,
letting
not sure about that.
Gabe Davis and trading Diggs. That's defensively. I don't think they did enough defensively. But again, we've talked earlier. Defense is up and down every year. You never know. Got Von Miller. They've got Greg Rousseau. Like Von Miller will probably have a good year this year, so he can earn some more money.
They got Josh Allen, bro. It's fine.
And that's my point. So obviously letting Gabe Davis and trading away Diggs is a loss to receiver group. When you lose talent, it's never good. But was it really that big a loss? Gabe Davis is inconsistent. He is not a good
I would say
number
Diggs
two.
is pretty inconsistent too.
And Diggs, who's an aging wide receiver, we forget that. And he's lost that big game magic. Like
Yeah.
he lost it last year in the last couple of years. He didn't have it. The big thing, the Minnesota Miracle was him. He had these.
That was also a fucking defender jumping straight past him.
So wild.
The worst.
But that's the
fucking
shit that used to
defensive play.
happen to Diggs. Like that shit just used to happen for him. Like these big moments would just happen, right? And he's lost that. So I don't think they were wrong getting rid of him. I like them adding Keon Coleman.
He's good. He's going to be good. I think.
Big receiver. When it gets cold, they can do that. Curtis Samuel and Claypool, whatever.
Claypool's a terrible signing.
Yeah, he's a fuckwit. And Curtis Samuel he's a speedster, but he's been incredibly inconsistent. But, he can give you some gadgety sort of plays. Here's what I like about what they did. I really like. They bring in Lyle Collins, who's a big offensive lineman.
Yep.
They re-signed Dion Dawkins and David Edwards, who were both outstanding run-blocking players at left tackle and left guard, respectively.
Yep.
So they are big. Lyle Collins will play guard for them. If you've never seen Lyle Collins move, he's not a tackle. His best seasons when he played guard at the Cowboys.
Yep.
When they moved into tackle, he always struggled. So if he goes back to guard, which he's going to, they will be huge. Their right tackle is also 6'8" and 330 pounds. So they're going to be massive. They're going to run 2 tight end sets with Kincaid and Dawson Knox. And I genuinely believe that they have done enough so much that I think Josh Allen is going to win MVP next year, because I think you take his talent, you take the team around him, and you take what he's going to have to do to make that team be really good.
He's going to have to.
He's going to have to
score 30 points a game.
He's going to have to run the ball.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be accurate, throw it, and he's going to score a lot of touchdowns. Plus, they have James Cook, who's a terrific running back.
Yeah, he's good.
Going
Yeah,
into the last year of his rookie contract,
Yeah,
he's going to be
Cook's
supremely
good.
motivated. I genuinely believe that Josh Allen is set up to have a monster fucking year. And yeah, they lost some players, but I think what they're saying is we're going to get big. We're going to play 2 really good tight ends. We're going to have a big wide receiver
They're
outside.
going to play cold weather football.
We're going to play cold weather football. We're going to be
I
like,
agree.
you know what? Josh Allen's either going to fucking break or he's going to win us win us games. We're just going to put all our fucking chips on the Josh Allen train.
And the thing is, with a guy like Josh Allen, you kind of have to do that.
It's their only move now because they've got no money.
You kind of have to, because you're paying him all this money. Like, he's clearly good.
Yep.
Like, he's clearly a top 5 QB, in my opinion. You got to roll with him and just go, literally, our chips are in the middle on Josh. That's it.
And if you get injured from running the crap out of the ball, it's 2015, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
The Panthers literally said, you know what? We're not doing this bullshit anymore where they're going to pussyfoot around.
Yeah, but he was the MVP and they made a Super Bowl.
We don't want him to get tackled too much.
And if he dove on that ball, who knows what happens.
Exactly. But they literally said to Cam Newton, we're going to run you into the fucking ground and we're going to win or lose by it. We're going to play you to your strengths. You run whenever the fuck you want to run. You run over guys. You slide when you want. We don't give a shit anymore. Just do whatever you got to do.
Yep.
Go and win football games. And he did.
Yep.
I think that's what Josh Allen's going to do this year.
He has to play as a high school sort of quarterback where if it's up to me, if it's meant to be, it's up to me.
Yep. And the beauty of Josh Allen is he is a lot better passing quarterback than Cam Newton ever was.
Yeah.
He's got.
Oh, yeah.
He's
for sure.
He's as good a runner and as big and and as talented, but he is actually a fucking big time QB.
I'm on the Bills this year. I don't mind them.
But I also like Shakir, their wide receiver, deep threat.
I don't think people realize how big Josh Allen is. He's a fucking big dude,
6'6". He's the epitome of tall, wide, handsome.
I thought you said death threat then.
Death threat. No, they got Shakir, who's a really speedster. So you play 2 big receivers and 2 big tight ends, then you have a fucking speedster and you throw it over the top.
Yeah.
And you know what's really easy to find in the NFL? Fast guys.
Guys.
Everyone's like, oh, where's their speed coming from?
They'll
throw a rock in training camp and they'll hit a 4-3 guy.
The thing is, the way that division's shaping up as well, like who knows what the Jets are going to do.
Yep.
The Jets are literally hinging everything on Rodgers.
The Bills are better than the Dolphins. They're a better team.
They're better than the Dolphins,
especially
when
late season.
when it gets cold.
Yep.
Yeah, and obviously the Pats are no good.
Pats are terrible.
So their division, it's ripe for the picking.
I think so too. I genuinely think Josh Allen, number 1 seed, MVP.
Playoff spot is almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
At this point,
unless something goes horrible, unless there's an injury or something.
Touch wood. We don't factor in.
We don't factor that out. No, if Josh Allen plays 17 games, it's like the Lamar thing. If he plays 17 games, they're going to be
the only thing that can derail their season. The only thing that can derail their season
850 for MVP. Josh Allen.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm very cold. I've never been higher on
derail
their
playoff run.
On a season where I should be lower on them, I'm actually like, nah, this is Josh Allen's turn. This is his year. He's always flirted with the MVP.
And injury to Allen will derail them, or MVP Aaron Rodgers. That'll derail them too.
Yes, true. All right, I think that's it, boys.
Yeah,
that's us. Another week done.
That was another
week in the books. We'll be back. So
we'll do the NFC next week.
2 weeks we'll do NFC. Yeah, we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
It is. We are into the dark days of the.
And then we'll come up with a couple cool little concepts, or maybe we'll look at a few teams.
Oh, will we? Will you come up with something, George, or will I have to do it all?
No. I'll come up with something.
You know what, George?
Mum and Dad are fighting.
That felt
aggressive. Being very aggressive.
I don't know what
I've
happened.
got no idea why.
Dad and Dad are fighting. I'm scared.
It's my attraction.
Someone come pick me up.
You know,
it's all that pent up sexual energy.
You know, you're home late from work every night. Never give it to me like you used to. And like, I just. No, Daddy needs his fix.
That's us. Yep.
Too girthy, bro.
play the music. The best intro/outro in the podcasting space.
Yo, welcome
Peace
to
out,
the
Alvarez.
show. Gather round, listen close. We got George, Brock, and Jade. Hey, bringing you the most NFL podcast. It's about to go down. 3 amigos ready to run this town. George, man, he's the Eagles' #1